What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Breakfast with Perkins. I am, of course, your host, Perkins, jerking the gherkins. Anyway, I figured I'd go ahead and start the year off with a things we should leave in 2024. I sent out another call to action amongst my social media platforms and just kind of picking the brains of people, seeing what they think. Seeing what they think we should leave in 2024. I realized that the people that are on my social media, I'm joking, laughing constantly. And I realized when I ask these questions, people usually give me pretty serious answers. Like if you were to ask me the question like that, what should we leave? And you'll know which things are mine. All right. First thing we need to stop and leave in 2024 is pocket watching the rich. Now, what does pocket watching mean? Pocket watching is someone who it's always someone who's much less affluent than who they're critiquing. And you've seen them, usually people on the left talking about what billionaires and millionaires should and shouldn't do with their money. I don't get that. That's such a wasted exercise. And you see it all the time. There'll be something about money and then involving Bezos or involving Musk or involving, who's the guy that owns Nebraska Furniture? Berkshire Hathaway, what's his name? Warren Buffett or Bill Gates or whatever it is. Well, what you could do is you could end world hunger, or what you could do is you could, give ringworm medicine to kids in Lithuania, or what you could do is give a bowl of rice to every kid in Zimbabwe. Who gives a fuck? Now, yes, that would be noble for someone to do, but they're not obligated. It's their money. They do whatever the fuck they want. I'm so sick of this weird virtue signaling and pocket watching the rich. Create your own company and then donate what you need and want to everyone else. It irritates the dick off me. God, I can't stand that shit. Next one is hyping friends you wouldn't want to trade lives with. Now, this happens a lot with women that I've noticed. And a little scenario here. You'll see a chick who isn't societally attractive, overweight, not the best looking, whatever it is. And then you'll see a woman in the comments doing everything she can humanly possible not to look like the person she's hyping up. And then she'll say something like, "Slay queen. Oh, you're killing it. Oh, look at my sister." Quit hyping these people up. What I've done, this is a dick move. I'm acutely aware of this, but what I've done on some posts, because I'm just fed up with it, what I've done on some posts is I'll comment beneath the chick that's doing it, I said, would you trade lives with this person? If you woke up looking like this person, would you still be happy? And it's 100% of the time met with opposition, as it should be, because the truth is, no, they fucking wouldn't. It irritates me. We got to quit pumping people up that not deserve it. Because that's fucked up. Because sometimes people do need a little hyping up, and then they run with it. But if it's someone you clearly wouldn't trade lives with, don't hype them up and give them false. Don't do that. Keep it blunt with them. It's not really a problem with men. I've noticed it's usually a thing with women. Don't like that at all. Next one, saying you are a horrible responder at texting when you simply don't care. I co-sign this 1,000,000%. I don't care who you are. If something or someone is important enough to you, you will make time for it. That's just how, I don't care how busy you are, what you got going on, how full your plate is. If something or someone is important enough to you, you will make time for it. Plain and simple. So I don't need to hear about, I'm bad at checking my phone. I bet if I was something involving the closing on a house that you were expecting or some lab test results that you were expecting, you'd be attentive then. Exactly my point. So I can't stand that shit. That's something we need to work on. If something's not important, just say it. Hey, you know what? You're not really as high on the priority list as you think you are. I'll get to you in a little bit or whatever it is, but don't say, "Ooh, it's stupid." Anyway, next thing. Oh my God, I see a lot of this next one. I don't know why guys do this, and I still haven't figured out why they do it. Thanking women for the ad on social media. It's usually some guy, and they have a picture taken from like this view down here with sunglasses on, or they're really old, and you'll always see like they'll write on their wall, "Thanks for the ad, beautiful." What in the fuck are you doing? Why? I've been at some low points in my life. I've never been that low to want to go on some chick's wall who has not a fucking clue who I am and write, "Thanks for the ad, beautiful." What? What's in that pipe? Because it's definitely good crack or crocodile or something. Quit thanking for the ad. She don't give a fuck about you. She don't care. She's doing it to bolster her numbers. You're talking about thank you for the ad? Stop it. This one came from a chick friend of mine, said bearing children. I guess we're leaving that in 2024. Children to me, I've talked about children. I'm like beating a dead horse at this point. Children to me, they're for lack of a better term, a necessary evil. You need humans to procreate and make the world bigger, keep the populations going. The government obviously likes it because the more people there are, the more taxes they can collect and all that good stuff like that. But you just need more people. You have to have that. If everyone in the world right now stopped having children, the human race would cease to exist. And I feel like we as a people have a lot more to go. In order to achieve the more, you need to have people to do those things. So you have to have kids. But what I think she meant by that was the fact that if you're a woman and you're in your mid to late 20s, early 30s, and you say you don't want kids or you don't have kids, society looks at you real funky. If you're a woman and you don't want kids, and I think that comes from the societal norm that there's a lot of, mostly on the right, because the left women are the freedom and the feminists and but they're the ones that don't want us to fuck anyway. It's usually chicks on the right that say, your womanly destiny is to bear children, make for a new generation, all this stuff, that your duty as a woman. Now, a lot of women are coming around to the fact that no, I'm made for more than this. I don't need to have kids to have purpose. I think a lot of the time people assume kids equal purpose. And if you don't have kids, then you have no purpose. Now, I don't have kids. I've not once felt purposeless in my life. It's never happened. I've never thought, what would make my life fulfilled? A child. That's never happened. Now, am I completely shut off to kids? No. But do I feel like I need to have them to fill some area in my life that is empty? I don't think so either. And I don't know why there's such a weird negative stigma with women not wanting to have kids. That's on them. Now, what is sad though, playing the devil's ad here, some women say they don't want kids. They don't want the relationship. I know this isn't about relationship, but they say they don't want it, which is fine. Your 20s go by and then your 30s, and then they build the career, all that, and then they decide, oh, I do want the kids. I do want the family. But a lot of the time, guys, or the guys that they're wanting, aren't checking for them by that point. So they're wanting the guys that are well-established, career-oriented, all the stuff like that, making a good living. But those guys aren't picking the 40-year-old chick that wants kids, that may not even be able to have kids due to her age. They're picking the younger 20-year-old. You know what I'm saying? So it's a double, I totally get it, but then it's you got to understand that when that train leaves the station, it leaves the station. So anyway, went on a tangent there. Next one, political and religious arguments. This right here, I need to embody myself. I don't really argue politics because there's no at my age, 34, usually 95% of the time, whatever people are leaning towards, left or right, that's what they're going to be and stay for the rest of life. Now, yes, there are some people that you can, talk to, convince them to switch sides, whatever. I got a hair right here and it's irritating the fuck out of me. There's some people you can convince to, swap sides or see things in a different light. I get that. But for the most part, yeah, people really aren't bothered with switching. But religious, I don't really argue with religion. You can do whatever you want. I don't really care. But my thing is also, when you start thanking God for weird things, that to me is a problem. That to me is an issue. A doctor just did 19-hour open heart surgery on your kid and you're talking about thank God. No, fuck God. God's the one that willed that, right? He's the one that intended it, you know? Gives his hardest battles to his strongest warriors. No, that doctor that was in there doing that 19-hour no-sleep surgery, that's the one you need to thank. Not God, the doctor. Oh, thank God for, you know, I made it through college. Last I knew, God wasn't on that school loan. He wasn't the one studying for those tests. He wasn't doing any of that. It was all you. Give thanks to yourself. You're number one. You are your own God. Anyway. Next one. Bicycle lanes. This one I can wholeheartedly agree with. And I don't know about wherever you guys are watching this, but I can say here in Des Moines, Iowa, bicyclists don't obey any of the bicycle laws. And it irritates the fuck out of me. You want all of the rules of a car, but you don't want to follow any of the rules. But you know how many times I've been at a red light or a four-way stop, and I see a bicycle, and he's coming along the way, and I'm thinking, okay, he's going to stop. He's on the road like a car, you know, so I'm going to go because he's got to stop at the four-way. No, I've been cut off at four-way stops and red lights plenty of times by bicyclists. It's ridiculous, and it's so... And now what they've done with half of Des Moines is they've taken out one lane of road for cars and then turned it into a bicycle lane, or they've added a bicycle lane next to two roads. Here's the weird thing. So if you look at, for those that live here locally, if you look at really any bicycle lane, if I come to the light and I'll do it this way. So I'm going to turn this way. There's a bicyclist over here. He's up here. The bicycle lane's closest to the turn and I'm up here, but I got to turn this way. But there's a cyclist right here. So do I wait for the cyclist to go and then turn behind him? Or do I turn in front of him? You know, it doesn't make any, if we're both at the light and I got to turn and he's going straight, that doesn't make any sense. They've really just gone apeshit with this. This one was a huge one. I don't even know if I should even mention it. Transgenderism. I don't even know if that's a word, but just the whole transgender culture or whatever. That was probably the number one answer I asked people leaving 2024 or leaving in 2024. I'll let you draw your own conclusions on that one. Let's see here. OnlyFans. Can you say OnlyFans on YouTube? OF. OF is one that we should leave in 2024. You know, it's crazy. I was just thinking, there's that chick, the OF chick, who apparently she had sex with 1,100 dudes in 12 hours. It wasn't that long ago that a chick would go to great lengths to make sure that never got out. Ever. Fast forward to today, and it's almost like a badge of honor. I don't get it. I'm not some prude. I love sex and boobs and ass and vag just as much as the next guy. Love it. It's phenomenal. But the fact that it's such a foot forward subject today, like talking to a chick and then going to her Instagram and you see the link tree and you're like, all right. Or, you know, just anything. You see the link to the OF. It's just like, what? Like, is this all we're doing now? You know? And the crazy thing is the prices on these things too, $24.99. So you're telling me that you doing whatever you're doing with a donkey and a cactus is worth more than my Hulu, Disney, ESPN bundle monthly? You're giving me that much content? I beg to differ. No, it's $25 a month. Now on a sale, sure, yeah, $12.99 or $5, sure, yeah, but yeah, the prices are insane. I just don't get. Do what you want to do. I'm all for that type of work. Do what you want to do to make your money. Because if I was a chick or a dude that had the body to do it, I would definitely do it. But when when you make it your only personality, or you lead with it, that's when I have the problem. So yeah, I don't know if we should leave it in 2024, but I don't think it should be at the forefront of every chick that does it, you know. Unless that's all you have, then by all means, do what you want to do. Let's see here. Next one is victim mentality. This ain't going anywhere. As long as there's mental health, at the forefront, and the left, victim mentality ain't going anywhere. I wish it would, because it's ridiculous. What I've learned, especially last year, is people like to be broken, because being broken means you get attention for being broken, and 2, you have a crutch or a way out for the things you do. You know, so your house looks like shit, hasn't been picked up in fuck knows how long. You got like what, a pack of hot dogs and some water in the fridge. You haven't been shopping. I'm depressed. I haven't been feeling the greatest. And that's their crutch. Do you want to be depressed with a full fridge, or do you want to be depressed with an empty fridge? You're going to be depressed or fucked up, whatever it is, regardless. But do you want it to be the best of that or the worst of that? Oh, I can't go to the gym. I've been suffering through, whatever. I can't do. Okay, so do you want to be going through whatever you want and a fat fuck, or do you want to be going through whatever you're going through and be? You got to pick. You know what I'm saying? Shit still goes on. The world keeps on spinning. You going through whatever you're going through, victim-wise, it's got no bearing on it. Shit still needs to get done. Now, I know that's easier said than done. And as someone who doesn't go through that doesn't have mental health disorder, that doesn't have any of that shit, I understand. It's easier said than done. I get that. But goddamn, it's crazy. This one's a huge one right here. Videos of teppanyaki. In layman's, what teppanyaki is, Ohana Steakhouse, where they make the food in front of you and all that stuff like that. Taking videos of that, I understand. You take your kids, whatever, it's their first time, or if it's your first time, whatever. But if I know that you've been to one of those steakhouses plenty of times, the video of him doing the choo-choo train with the onion, why? You're too old for all that. Like, what are we doing? And I say too old as a guy that has a collection of Hot Wheels and a Baymax thing over there, and a Powerline shirt that's supposed to get here today. Baby. Anyway, ain't nobody talking to you, baby. Sorry. Anyway, yeah, but the videos of it, like, there's nothing new there. It's the same show every time. Yes, the food's good. I appreciate the pomp and circumstance. Like, I get it. It's cool. But the video on Snapchat of him doing the shrimp, and we've all seen it. It's old hat at this point. I get it. Which reminds me, though, I got to go get some of that yum yum sauce from Ohana. Oh, it's so good. Oh, my God. This next one is probably my biggest pet peeve. So I keep thinking this is like fucking up. I have it kind of put on a weird way. Let's see here. Reposting memes or viral text as their own. What do I mean by that? If I see, you have certain pages on Facebook and their whole goal is to share certain text, and then that goes viral. That's the whole thing. A sane person would see that and be like, oh, share. So you can see the original thing that it came from, and then, all that stuff. What I've seen too many people doing, these unoriginal fucks, what I've been seeing them do is copying and pasting that text, pasting it as their status, and then they'll add like a couple emojis in there to make it look like their own, like it was an original thought. There's a chick and a dude on my Facebook. I've unfollowed both of them because it irritates the fuck out of me because it's so unoriginal that they'll take that stuff and then make it look like their own. And it's so fucking stupid. It's disingenuous is what it is. And I'm getting pissed off. I'm thinking what I'll do if I really want to get pissed off is I'll go to her Facebook and I'll look at here's what you can do. If you think someone's taking meme text, copy and paste the text and then put it into the search bar. Like when you would like search for a friend, put it in the search bar and it'll show you everything that it came from. Now, someone who is smart might switch up a few words so it doesn't pop in the system. These people are taking shit word for word and putting it as their own. Now, some people may not think that's a big deal. Oh, it's just meme text. You ever heard of plagiarism? Remember why plagiarism was such a big deal in school? That's such a big deal today? What's my hair doing? Oh, fuck it. Because it's fraudulent. Same thing. Now, I know it's not as serious as, I'm making it to be, but it's still just, I'm very big on being genuine and original. Doing shit like that is neither, and it needs to stop. We need to leave that shit in 2024. We should have left that shit in 2013. It should never been a thing. Plagiarizing is fucking horrible. That's stealing is what it is, and I can't stand thieves. Anyway, I'm getting off track here. Let's see here. Oh, here's another one. Trust in the mainstream media. I think this goes both ways. Because I had people on the right. One thing that is funny to me is I'll have people on the right. And they'll be like, oh, mainstream media. Like the news outlets and shit that they watch aren't catering to their ideas and thoughts. And same on the left. There's every news publication has an agenda. Every single one of them. Now, whether that's to persuade you to go left, persuade you to go right, persuade you to go slightly left, persuade you to go slightly right, persuade you to not go either way. There's an agenda regardless. So it's funny to me when people sit there and think, oh yeah, well, yeah, they're being brainwashed over there. Yeah, you're being brainwashed too. Everyone is. Everyone. I don't really pay attention to the news. I hear my news from scrolling through things or through memes. That's the way I wish I paid more attention to the news, but I see most people that watch the news all the time, they seem really depressed. They just seem like, I don't know. News is depressing. I prefer just to tune it out, keep an ear to what's going on just enough to have some type of, wherewithal with it, but I don't like to sit there and be like, yeah, now what? Now what? Okay. All right. Let's see how much time we got here. We are in, that's 20 minutes. You know what? We got about halfway through it, so this will definitely be a part two-er. I'll go ahead and land the plane there. But in the comments, though, tell me what you think. Tell me what you think we should leave in 2020. 2020? Jesus. There's a lot of, you know what we should bring back in 2025? 24-hour stores. Like proper stores, like grocery stores. Walmart needs to go back to 2024. Oh my, that's 24 hour. Walmart needs to go back to that. Hy-Vee needs to go back to that. A lot of gas stations and stuff do. Quick Star, they're 24 hour, but Walmart and Hy-Vee, I work the night shift. I work 9:30 p.m. to 6 a.m. So it's nice. Now, usually by the time I'm off, most stores are open at 6, so it's inconsequential. But I used to get off, before making career at the post office, I'd get off like at 4:30 in the morning, which was fine, but nothing would be open at 4:30. Starbucks wouldn't open until 5. Most stores wouldn't open until 6. So I'm like sitting here with my dick in my hand. Things need to open. IHOP isn't 24 hour anymore. Perkins isn't 24 hour anymore. Denny's, we don't even have a Denny's around here fucking anymore. That's horrible. Everything is just horrible. And the great thing about Walmart was, and I've said this before, I could break my controller, go get a new one, get a new TV, make Sunday dinner, get some towels and toothpaste, and get some Hot Wheels at 2:30 in the morning if I wanted to. Back in the day. I miss it so. We didn't know what we had until it went away. You know what I'm saying? I don't foresee them ever getting that back either, but it's rough stuff. Anyway, folks, I'm gonna land the plane there. I'll do a part 2. Let me know what you think we should have left in 2024. Like, subscribe, comment, talk shit, do what you gotta do. I will catch you guys next week. Peace.